Hi guys, welcome to my channel Code Doctor. So आज इस वीडियो में we gonna talk about like how you can prepare for coding interviews. आप कैसे prepare करें coding interviews के लिए? If you are a student, अगर आप student हैं, आप fourth year में हैं, then how you have to prepare for that? And if you have like experience, you're working in some companies, तब आपको कैसे prepare करना है? So especially we will be talking about the patterns of the companies. Like Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, Booking.com का पैटर्न, इन चार कंपनियों का पैटर्न क्या है, एंड देन ऑल्सो लाइक हाउ यू कैन प्रिपेयर वेल फॉर दीज कंपनीज. तो कैसे आप प्रिपेयर करेंगे, लाइक व्हाट शुड बी द टाइम लाइन एंड व्हाट द फर्स्ट स्टेप यू शुड डू एंड व्हाट आर द रिसोर्सेज, क्या रिसोर्सेज आप फॉलो करें, राइट. सो मैं स्टार्ट करता हूँ. लाइक फर्स्ट वी विल वॉक यू थ्रू with that my success rate in these companies. तो मेरा क्या success rate था. So first I'll talk about Amazon for software development engineer 2 and Bangalore position. So the pattern is the follow, like it's like पहले they have like दो problem solving rounds होते हैं basically, in which they try to test your skills, right, on data structure algorithms पे. तो you can say like medium problem होती है, not that hard. First, I think maybe you can get one hard, and most of the time you have like two mediums problems in each rounds. Otherwise, there can be possibility you can have like one hard problem as well. तो problem solving के दो round होते हैं Amazon में पहले. उसके बाद you have behavior round, जो कि behavior round में they try to understand you, they try to understand कि आप कैसे हो, like how your cultural fit for the company or not. Behavior interview के बाद आता है low level design. Basically they test your object oriented programming skill. अगर आप senior position पे apply कर रहे हो, like if you have experience of more than 3 to 4 year experience, then वो आपका object oriented programming skill test करेंगे, in which they give you one simple question, like आपको इसे design करना है, let's say elevator, right, or maybe आपको design करना है parking lot. तो आपको you need to come up with classes and what are the best design, so you can scale your design very well for other use cases as well, which can come up in the future. So low level design, there are two rounds, or sometimes it's one, it depends. But for me, like sometimes what they do, they try to test, like अगर आप apply कर रहे हैं for SD2, तो whether you are eligible for SD3. तो उस टाइम पे they can have like one round or two rounds, depends. So for me there are two low level design. So then उसके बाद आता है high level design में they ask you about to design a system, right. I have created a video for system design, you can check this out. So system design, they have like nearly one question or two questions depending upon how you performed. For me there were two, right. I did well on the system design as well. तो मेरा जो issue हुआ like mostly on low level design, because there were two rounds and one round was very well and the other round was not that, you can say it's an average round, right. So every interviewer in all this round, right, they give the feedbacks like without seeing others feedback. So from all of them it was good, but one of them it's very bad, right. So ये होता है Amazon interview का. Then Facebook full stack developer position के लिए for London I have applied, and the interview process was very simple. पहले HR का call आता है where they try to understand you, and then after that that's like half an hour call. They will tell you about what product they are hiring for, basically how Facebook works, what's their company culture, what's the product they are working on right now. So basically they try to give information from their side, and they also try to understand from your side. अगर वहाँ पे everything go fine, then आपका एक screening round होता है जिसमें there will be two problems for 45 minutes each. So that will be like two medium problems. So you have to focus on speed and accuracy in Facebook interviews. Then once you clear that, after that you will have two problem solving rounds, which is on site, right. So दो problem solving rounds होते हैं, एक system design होता है, and then one behavior. So problem solving was very exactly same जैसे Amazon में होता है, but Facebook try to focus on more on speed, आप कितना fast करते हैं, and also आपका कितना accuracy है, how you understand real time and complexity. So Amazon और Facebook में difference है, they focus on the speed and the accuracy and unit test cases as well, right. So both the companies do for unit test cases, but speed is very much matter for Facebook. So completed programmer को वहाँ advantage हो जाता है. So you have to be very spot on. अगर क्वेश्चन समझ जाते हैं then you have to code very fast. System design 45 minutes का होता है, which is pretty similar जैसे कि Amazon में होता है. There's not much difference. Behavior interview is pretty much exactly same, but Facebook is very fast-driven companies compared to Amazon. So they have very startup inherent culture. So system design में आपको so for behavior you have to come up with the use cases. अगर आप startup experience है आपके पास, so there is a add-on for you. You must have faced all the scenarios and use cases which the people ask mostly. Then Microsoft is like very simple and straightforward. Like you have like 3 problem solving, 1 system design, and 1 HR. So my success rate in Microsoft interview was this, and so I think problem solving is very easy in Microsoft compared to Facebook and Amazon. Maybe they don't try to get deep into a problem. Like even problem solving they give, they see if you understand the problem, अगर आप approach कर पा रहे हैं and you are able to solve it, right? So that is enough for them, right? They don't focus on the pixel perfect solution, which I can see. But system design is like for senior position, it matters a lot for them. So system design, I think, is pretty strict compared to other rounds in Microsoft. And then they have HR, which is just to get to know each other, what the company's culture fit, and it's the same thing. Booking.com also has the same set of pattern. The only difference when you apply for a different position, like full stack developer apply karte hain, then you have a JavaScript interview as well. But problem solving in Booking.com is like you have so first is like HR interview, which is same like Facebook. Like HR will call you to understand you better, like how you understand the companies better, whether you know about the company, about their business model, all those sort of things. But after that, they have like problem solving. Like you can say there are nearly 2 problem solving interviews, and then there is 1 JavaScript interview, 1 system design, and 1 behavior interview. So every company like Amazon, Facebook, Microsoft, Booking.com, they have the same set of pattern. The only difference Booking.com has, if you apply for a full stack, you will have a JavaScript round as well, which is focusing on core fundamentals of JavaScript. And all the rounds like problem solving is pretty much same, right? All the companies. And system design में क्या है, like if you see Amazon, right, they will have very good problems in system design. If you see Microsoft, Facebook, they don't ask pretty hard problems, but Amazon ask, I think, hard problems on system design, and the way they get into deep is very different. So system design थोड़ा सा hard है Amazon में, but Microsoft और Facebook में it's an average. Booking.com is also same like what Microsoft and other companies Facebook has. There is not much difference. But problem solving, all the companies are same. Like they ask medium problems. They don't ask easy problems. And also they ask you about Booking.com ask medium, and then sometime it will be 1 hard or other mediums. Similarly, Facebook, they focus more on mediums. Very rare they ask hard problems, but Amazon can ask hard problems. So behavior interview is almost same ही है सबका. So this is how the pattern is for all those 4 companies. Now let me tell you about how to prepare for that. So if I summarize for all the 4 companies, we have problem solving, we have low level design, we have system design, and then we have a behavior interview. सबसे पहले एक easiest की बात कर लेते हैं, is behavior interview. Behavior interview is very easy if you are very truth about the scenarios which you have faced, right? Let's say if they ask you n number of questions, I have a template shared in the video description, तो आप check कर सकते हैं कि what different kind of questions and use cases the companies will ask, and that is like for all the companies. So you just go through that and prepare the use cases and just try out, and just also check with your friends like what you're planning to pitch for this particular use case and what they think about it. So that's how I prepared for behavior interview. And there is one video from one of the Facebook developer on behavior interview which I've shared in video description. You should check that out. So I can see behavior interview for me was I think I never framed a solution or never framed answers. It was real scenario for me. I had experience working in startups as a co-founder, as a developer, and then as a CTO. So I have faced pretty much all the problems or all the use cases which most of the companies ask for. But I can prepare a separate video on behavior interview, like what kind of answers I gave. So you will know if you have came up with some use cases which you were not able to answer, then might be you will have the inputs in that video. So you can check, you can just subscribe to my video and you will get notification soon on behavior interview. Okay, so now behavior interview is done. Let's talk about बात करते हैं प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग की. अगर आप कॉलेज में हैं, राइट, लाइक से थर्ड ईयर में हैं, एंड देन यू स्टार्ट प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग. Most of these companies, they ask problem solving. अगर आप fresher हैं, they don't ask you system design, they don't ask you low level design, because you cannot expect from fresher. So अब problem solving के लिए सबसे पहले you need to understand the computer science fundamentals. So what mistake most of the students in third year and fourth year, right, they try to learn fundamentals of computer science from n number of sources, which is wrong, right? अगर आप गीक्स फॉर गीक्स से भी पढ़ लेंगे, अगर आप सो मच एज कोरमैन से भी पढ़ लेंगे, आप क्रैकिंग कोडिंग इंटरव्यू से भी पढ़ लेंगे, राइट, देन इट्स बिकमिंग हेल्प फॉर यू, राइट? सो फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट टिप्स फ्रॉम माय साइड फॉर प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग इज take one source to learn the fundamentals, whether it can be anything. Now, for my recommendation, I can tell you MIT lectures by Eric for the dynamic programming and BFS, DFS, and all those graph problems. Theory, I think those videos are perfect. And then another resource is Steve Skiena. Stony Brook lectures is very, very good, right? So अगर आप third year में हैं, then choose these two resources, right? Don't see any other resources. Don't need to go through like geeks for geeks. वहाँ पे भी आप कर लेंगे, because I also did the same mistake when I was in college. I wrote a bot in Python. I just scrapped the entire geeks for geeks in my local computer. I created different folders programmatically and just scrap the articles and keep it there in docs. But कुछ नहीं हुआ. Like after 1 month, I just delete it. Right? So don't overwhelm with the resources for the learning, right? Because you have to solve problems. You have to learn with a limited resource, which is what required. So Steve Skiena lectures are perfect. Steve Skiena and MIT lectures, just use this. So अगर third year, fourth year में है, you just try to spend nearly 2 months just to understand the concept. Take pen and paper and just try to practice, try to understand the algorithms, how it works. बस इतना ही थ्योरी चाहिए. You don't need more than this. If you try to learn from different sources, right, you will actually feel demotivated and you will overwhelm yourself, right? So don't do that. Now, once you know the theory very well, right, now it's time to practice. Like, to practice के लिए भी, like, don't try to take multiple platforms and start solving the problems. No. If you say like मैं टॉप कोडर पे भी करूँगा, हैकरिंग पे भी करूँगा, कोड शेफ पे भी करूँगा, LeetCode पे भी करूँगा, no, don't do that. अगर आपका पैशन है like to for computer programming, choose one of the platforms. Maybe CodeChef is pretty good platform and Topcoder. But अगर आप सिर्फ इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं, then just use LeetCode. It's okay, right? Because first you need to start from basics. You need to understand the core algorithms, and then once you know कि क्या क्या common tricks होती हैं इनकी solve करने की, then you jump to CodeChef or any other platform. क्योंकि CodeChef पे क्या होता है, problem statement एक vague होता है, but ultimately it boils down into a smaller problems which is there on LeetCode, right, or any other platforms. So LeetCode, I recommend just start with LeetCode. Now, so 2 months आपने theory में spend कर लिया, you understand everything very well, you know the concepts very well, and just the 2 resources, Stony Brook lectures by Steve Skiena, and then the second is MIT lectures. उसके बाद प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग स्टार्ट करेंगे, पहले इजी से स्टार्ट करें. एंड तो फर्स्ट 15 days जस्ट स्पेंड लाइक नियरली आप 3 इजी प्रॉब्लम्स कर सकते हैं पर डे 15 दिन तक. बट ट्राई टू डू फ्रॉम मल्टीपल टॉपिक्स. डोंट पिक एरे और सी पे करना शुरू कर दिया लाइक you try to solve like 45 problems, but it should not be from one topic. It should be from multiple topics, right? So don't do that mistake. 3 problems and take different topics. तो LeetCode premium section में you can choose companies, you can choose topics. तो topics में choose करिए like अभी string से 3 करना है, आज कल array से करना है, फिर dynamic programming से करना है. तो ऐसे करेंगे like you will solve like 45 different problems on 15 days. So that will be all the easy problems. Next will be like next 15 days you start with medium and easy. So you solve 2 easy problems and then start solving 2 medium problem. तो 4 problems per day करेंगे, तो 4 problems करेंगे तो 60 problems हो जाएंगे next 15 days में. Next 15 days में 60 हो गए और पहले 45 कर लिया. Now after 1 month, right? Now your strategy will change, right? So you have done some practice. Now you have to practice for the time also, right? So 2 महीने तो पहले हमने लगा दिया थ्योरी में, उसके बाद 1 महीने we understand all the concept, we solve different problems, some medium और कुछ easy problem, like और काफी easy problem I can say. So after that 1 month, so this is now 4th month. 4th month में क्या करना है? You have to pick 1 hard problem every day, right? तो कभी कभी क्या होता है like we spend too much time on one problem, right? बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम लगा दिया, 2-3 घंटे लगा दिया. For hard problem, it's okay to spend nearly 2 hours. It's okay. But हमेशा खुद solve करने की कोशिश करिए पहले, because if you try to solve on your own, and even though you look for the solution again, like you will have a mind mapping in your brain, like this is what I've tried and this is how I understand the solution, right? But अगर directly jump कर दिया, you don't know like why you failed and how you understand solution, right? So it's better to first try it, even though चाहे वो big of n square solution exponential है, matter नहीं करता. पहले खुद ट्राई करना है सारी प्रॉब्लम्स को, खुद ट्राई करो. उसके बाद बिकॉज दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर हार्ड प्रॉब्लम्स, अगर आप सीधे जंप करोगे सॉल्यूशन में देन यू कैन नॉट ट्रेस बैक द सॉल्यूशन इन मेमोरी लाइक व्हेन यू आफ्टर 4 months or 5 months. तो प्रैक्टिस करो हार्ड प्रॉब्लम्स को, प्रॉपरली पेन पेपर लेके करो, ड्रॉ करो लाइक हाउ द व्हाट्स द प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट इज. और तो एक हार्ड प्रॉब्लम डेली करनी है फॉर द नेक्स्ट 1 month, राइट? 30 हार्ड प्रॉब्लम चाहिए हमें. नेक्स्ट है मीडियम. कितनी मीडियम प्रॉब्लम करेंगे? 2 मीडियम कंटिन्यू, जो पहले कर रहे थे वही 2 मीडियम करेंगे. और इजी प्रॉब्लम में करनी नहीं है. बहुत इजी प्रॉब्लम फर्स्ट मंथ के लिए ही है, वो जस्ट वार्मिंग अप है. जब एक्सरसाइज करते हैं वी जस्ट वार्म अप, राइट? तो वही है वो वार्म अप, उतना ही करके छोड़ना है इसको. तो अल्टीमेटली आप 200 प्लस प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर लेंगे. आप ओवरऑल 200 प्लस प्रॉब्लम जब सॉल्व कर लेंगे 2 months में, तो 4 months का ये प्लान हो गया. उसके बाद क्या करेंगे आप? उसके बाद यू प्रिपेयर फॉर मॉक इंटरव्यूज. तो जैसे प्राइम प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं और यू कैन हैव योर फ्रेंड्स हु कैन प्रैक्टिस विद, तो एक दूसरे का टेस्ट ले सकते हैं, राइट? यू कैन टेक अ मॉक इंटरव्यूज विद फ्रेंड्स, कम अप विद अ रैंडम प्रॉब्लम इन LeetCode. तो गूगल में लाइक जस्ट एक रैंडम नंबर अप्लाई, मैं रैंडम फंक्शन से चेक कर लो कि एक रैंडम प्रॉब्लम आ जाएगी LeetCode पे, उस नंबर को उठा के चेक करो, ये प्रॉब्लम है, दिस प्रॉब्लम यू विल आस्क एंड दैट प्रॉब्लम ऐसी सेम चीज योर फ्रेंड विल आस्क. देन you try to take interviews of each other problem solving में. but time बहुत important है, right? So mock interviews जो prem पे करते हैं there is a time, so you will be very serious about that. but problem जो prem पे है like mostly it's a medium problems but not hard. but if you're preparing for Facebook you need to do the hard problems as well. So try to do it on your with your friend as well. and also mock interview section in LeetCode पे you can spend time there and see how fast, like every day you can see your timing, right? How fast you're improving. First of all, like अगर आप mock interviews नहीं कर पाते हैं time पे on LeetCode, it's okay. So maybe you will fail for 10 times, but after that it's easy. Like you will get used to it. Like you can solve like in a better time. That's what happened with me. So even though for me initially it took to take time, but after like 15 days or 20 days, I was able to solve in 15 minutes like 2 problems. So that kind of speed you can actually build. So mock interview LeetCode से कर सकते हैं. So this is the whole problem solving preparation, right? All the resources जो भी मैंने mention किया है, like maybe video lectures हो गया and then problem solving जो websites हैं, I will share everything in video description based on my recommendation. But try to follow that. Keep it very simple. Your preparation plan should be very simple. You should not have like multiple things like I will read cracking coding interview also, I will read through Geeks for Geeks articles also. That's all confusion. So don't do that. So if you see like you have the 4 months plan, right? Now 4 months, now what is the next 2 months? Now first fresher, I think 4 months enough है preparation के लिए, or maybe like somebody who don't know, who is just applying for like say first SD1 position. But अगर senior position पे कर रहे हैं, then you have to do preparation for low level design or high level design both. तो high level design के लिए like for custom design I have a separate video, you can check that out. But for low level design it's pretty much different. So let me tell you about low level design. So they try to check your design pattern skill. So how you code very well, how you create a modular structure, reusability, how you can extend your code, right? So try to understand the basics of design patterns, how they used, and also आपको समझना पड़ेगा like how they use in real world. Otherwise problem क्या होगी, you just know theoretical concepts and you cram few problems, ultimately you will fail in the interview. So पहला step है just pick a book called Head First Design Pattern, because आपको coding की भी, if you don't know code also, right, you can understand that book very well. You don't know like Java, you can understand it, but it's pretty easy to do low level design in Java, because Java is like pretty much you can say it's very what do you say, it's meant for the object-oriented programming compared to any other programming, right? If you choose like Python scripting language, you can use like Python, you can use for problem solving. I recommend that. But high level के लिए, low level के लिए, you should use like Java, because the classes का है, like you use the syntax, right? It's very semantic and it has a very intuition behind what you're trying to build in a design pattern. So head first को start करो, like you can take like 10 chapters है, तो spend like maybe 2 days for one chapter, 20 days में उसको finish कर सकते हैं उस book को. Once you finish that, right, so you will have theoretical knowledge कि यहाँ पे इस problem में कौन सा design pattern apply हो रहा है, right? But code कैसे करेंगे उसके लिए, practice कैसे करेंगे, ठीक है? तो उस like you will actually learn programming also in that book, but more on theoretical concepts. So try to check GitHubs of projects, open source projects, कि क्या pattern use कर रहे हैं. Try to see the code. Now you know design pattern. जब आपने book पढ़ लिया पूरा, try to see some open source and see what design pattern they are following. Right? Try to understand their code, how they're structured, how they put the config somewhere, how they use observer pattern, subscriber pub/sub pattern, which is pretty familiar, like very famous pattern used most of the companies, in big companies when they have when they want to notify something, right? And also check about strategy pattern. Like I think almost all the companies use that strategy pattern. Right? So ये तो plan हो गया like low level का, but grokking I can also suggest to go through it, but grokking may don't just go to the solution. See what you do, it's grokking is good for comparing your solution, right? If you just start reading and cramming the solution, तो workout नहीं होगा, it will not work out, right? So basic advice is for low level design, you just try to solve the problem on your own first. Okay, कुछ भी बनाए आप, like even though it doesn't matter, it is a worst solution, but you should code, right? If there is any problem which is given to you, you just try to code in whatever the knowledge you have, which you have learned, and try to do that, and then compare a solution with the grokking. तो grokking की problem उठाया, parking a lot, and then you try to code. So what are the things you will compare? First is like how you analyze the requirement. You can compare like how you कि आपने requirement analysis कैसे किया है और grokking ने कैसे किया है, that book, that online website, right, how they have done analysis. तो उसको gap को bridge करो, right? तो कहाँ आप fail हुए requirement analysis में, क्या आप ज़्यादा कर सकते थे? Because it's just required critical thinking. You should think about why for any problem. कि why we need to do this, because and think about the future, what problems my design can have. जैसे book my show है, today they are supporting movies, tomorrow they support events. How you will design that, right? So focus on criticality of a problem, right? You should criticize your solution which you come up. In that way, you will come up with a better solution. So that's my advice. You just use it for comparing and then try to improve your solution, right? And that is enough for problem solve for low level design. Maybe next 1 month you can just spend on that. So 5 months preparation, problem solving you're good, behavior is It's damn easy, right? And then you have prepared with low level design in a month. The next आता है आपका, so one more thing advice I can give, like now everything is virtual, right? So it's very easy to code the low level design like object programming in editor, but sometimes they ask you to write on a pen and paper, तो उसका भी practice करना होता है. But just make sure अगर आपका on site नहीं है for companies like Amazon, so you don't have to write the class and everything code, write Java code, whole Java code if you're coding in Java on pen and paper. So that advantage you have, you can code in editor. So next other है, so this is what it is, like low level system design. System design का already video है, but I can give you few tips. So when you're preparing for system design, पहले तो you try to get interest. So for getting the interest, you go through the real world architectures, see the tech talks, right? There are a few other open source books available. Read through that. Once you know that, then there is a pattern which every company follows for system design. To 7, there are different points. Like you go with requirement analysis, and you also go with then you go with capacity estimation, then API design, the component design, right, etc. Right. So first get the interest and read about the architectures, and then follow the pattern which system design interviews has, and just start solving problems from different platforms like grokking, and uske baad you have algo expert, which is pretty good. Try to see like how other people solve system design problems in an interview. So this is a whole overview of how the preparation should be for your, let's say, 4 months. You can say so first 2 months for theoretical understanding from single source of truth for preparation, right? No other complications. उसके बाद next है आपका problem solving, how you start practicing on LeetCode. पहले easy करना है, easy के साथ फिर धीरे धीरे medium पे आना है, then you speed up, then you timestamp your time for the problem which you're solving. तो फिर hard पे आना है, and then when you do this, right, this whole entire journey, उसके बाद फिर low level करेंगे, and then you do system design. 6 month preparation, like when you start from zero, it's doable, right? So one more thing important, which is a lot of people miss, try to have a memory mapping. Like you create a mind map. तो आपने like whatever you're doing on everyday basis, chart पे like you can just plot it. And after like a week or maybe every day, the next day, you should just try to remember like what you have done on the previous day or what you have done. So अगर आपने like for first day, अगर you are trying to solve 2 problems, the next day just memorize quickly in 5 minutes. That was the basic crux of the problem, which I used to solve the problem, right? So when you do this like for all the days, so in 6 months, if I say that 30 days, you have like 180 days, right? So every day you try to recall the previous day. Similarly, in the last day you recall whatever you've done the entire, right? So but the thing is, it will be faster, right? So when you see what you've done the previous week, and in the next month what you see what you've done the previous month, so in that case इतना hard नहीं होगा memorize करने के लिए. You will just quickly do it in like half an hour, right, for a month. This is what you've done. So because it will help you to build the confidence, you will not lose the confidence. You will not miss. Sometimes what happens, we used to forget like what we have prepared and what we have learned, right? So if you just keep revising or keep looking, so like what you have done, it will help you to boost your confidence, like in your whole entire preparation. And that's what it is. So 6 months preparation plan for coding interviews for all those companies. Now, I will come up with the video for each company's my experience like how I approach a different problem. What are the problems like they ask, and how I approach maybe a low-level system design or problem solving or behavior. I can come up with the separate video for each company's interview. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for getting updates on these 4 different interview experiences. Thank you. Thanks.